So what's up? How we doing today? We're going to take a look at some improv tactics for Trey during the You Enjoy Myself jam. Let's just get right into it and listen to the first one, and then we'll check out what's going on. So we're going to break down a few different tactics, and the last one we're not going to listen to. I'm going to show you this little different scale idea and have you mess around with it with the practice backing track yourself, see what you can do with it. But for this one right here, it's just got that build up. This is not really an improv tactic, but just thought I'd throw it in there. The climb here, throw on some drive, of course, and just power chords, just B, do the 3-note, whatever, climbs up, and that's all it is. Pretty straightforward. And then busting in here though, we're going to look at the tactic of chords, knowing your chords, knowing all different ways of playing it. We're playing a G minor to C7, but he's jazzing it up more like a G7, G minor 7, and then sometimes playing a G minor 9. And I'm not going to get crazy into the anatomy of chords if you don't know what a G minor 9 chord is, but just know that you can play what they would call the root minor 3rd and 5th to create a G minor, plus the flat 7 to make it a G minor 7, and then the 9th is actually the same as the 2nd, so that would be root 2nd right there. So that would be the 9th. So if you just throw that on top, it just sounds like classic James Brown funk. Just that sound right there. So any of those notes you can throw in there and really focus on the 3rd and the 7th. And then it goes to a C7, and same idea, we got a root, but now a major 3rd, a 5th, and also a flat 7. And that right here, major 3rd, would be over here. So that would be going, if you're going from these two notes, a flat 3rd to a flat 7 of a G minor. This now becomes the flat 7 of C7, so it's a great one. Just keep that there. Just lower this. All it is, you're changing just one note, one fret, and it's a great way to get funky between those two chords. And throw in that 9th, But the idea is moving things around. It doesn't have to be just whatever chord you play that to the next one. Move things around. So I know I went pretty quick there, and some of you might be like, whoa, just scratching your heads exploding if you don't know any theory. But just know, I got the charts there, and it's just all mapped out, and you can just grab any of those notes from the map of the G minor 7 or the G minor 9, or anything like that, and then the C7, and you'll be good. So that tactic is you just know those chords inside out, but pick a spot. You don't have to know them everywhere. The spot right here, Trey often just does it right here, but you can try it other places and experiment. We can do it other places, but you can get away with just staying right here in any one spot. But let's check out the next one and see what's going on with that. So this is for the descending part there. So what was I doing? This is, to think of the big kind of picture of what's going on with this jam. It's, the song has got this super definitive, like classical-like thing, just never changes. Then the jam opens up, and obviously the improviser around has some variety, but it doesn't really go off too much from what versions I've heard. Phish sometimes, once in a while, they'll take something they do normally within a certain realm, and then sometimes they'll just do it totally different. You never know. But a lot of the versions I've heard, they follow that format of the big climb, and then boom, they get into the funky part. They get into a key solo over this kind of like descending part, and it's a little different each time, and they do it a couple times, and then another more open solo, usually like an organ solo, or it could be anything, and then Trey might do a solo, and then they bust into the bass, drums kind of thing, and then the vocal thing, and that's kind of the format. But sometimes I've actually heard some versions where Trey didn't even solo. So this is that little descending part. The bass is doing all this little chord things, and I've heard Trey sometimes do a little bit of like it's like little soloing, just stuff using G minor pentatonic. But here I'm just going like this. So my tactic here is something that Trey does a lot. It's like washout wah. I don't know what you call it. Like drenched in wash. Just take your wah if you got one, and just really go nuts. Give your cap a workout. And I'm just doing that same thing of like playing a G minor 7. You just play those 2 notes even to the C7. Just drop it 1 note, and sometimes just hang on. Doesn't have to be anything exact. Don't worry about what the bass is doing. All these little chord things. Just drench it with the wah, and you can kind of cover up not knowing what you're doing. And that's it. So in Improv Tactics 2, just do that wah drench. You can do it in other parts in the jam too. Works great. Really takes it out there. Let's check out the third one. So now we're getting to the solo here. Let's see what's going on. It's G minor pentatonic. So much we can get away with just that. The overall kind of key is a G Dorian thing. But we don't even need all that. We can just play that. And I love that a live one version where after the organ solo, they bring it way down and Trey just plays that super quiet, really dynamic, clean, jazzy, just things just... And it's just, I remember when I first did hear that, and I'd be like, what is he doing there? It's just a minor pentatonic, that's it. That's all it is. So it's what you do with it, it's how you shape it. So we don't need fancy stuff. This is one where typically they don't take it way out there into crazy, crazy stuff, like all these weird scales. It's just a lot of G minor pentatonic, organ G Dorian stuff. So what I recommend is really just sticking with one spot and really getting to know that G minor pen, and then maybe going down, use that same shape down an octave. So that's what I did in my little example. I just went down, and people always think of start low, go high. You don't have to always do that, and it's nice. I think that's cool how he does that in that live one version of like starting up really high and really, really quiet, And then when you get to the more ripping part, same thing. So just throw on some distortion and just be up there. Maybe some double stop. But toy around with the same thing. Make it a challenge yourself. Don't think, oh, I'm doing something different for the quiet part, different for the loud part. See if you can do the same spot, same scale, same thing, your notes you're focusing on, but play them differently and change your tone, that kind of stuff. And you can get a lot of mileage out of that. So that's a very simple tactic, is like really just narrowed into that, and don't think about playing all over the place, but just really, really know what you know. So the last thing here, I'm not going to show an example. I'm just going to show you what it is. You can use the F major pentatonic. It's a great one anytime, especially funky stuff. But just play a whole note below the key that you're in. So if you are in this G Dorian, this G minor, just go a whole note down. Oh, I'm gonna check my tuning here. This new guitar for me, oops. This semi-hollow does not stay in tune well, and the weather has been changing so much. There we go, sorry about that. So, you get some different sounds there. I'm not going to get into exactly all the different notes and sounds you get over that, but just know, if you know your F major pentatonic, try that over the track and you'll see you get some kind of cool different sounds. And if you know your pentatonic, your major pentatonic really well, then it's super easy to do. So again, F major pentatonic. So try that out with the track. I'm going to put it in a link over here. And if you want the chart, so because you can't remember all this stuff, I've got it for purchase with the chart, with the track, sorry, as well as the chart and the track down below. And if you're a patron, you get access to not only that, and all my other stuff as well. So check out that stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.